everyone, and welcome to my B2 High Intermediate English course. In this module, you will learn zero conditional and first conditional type sentences and their differences. At the end, you will get to practice what you just learned with a few sample exercises. Let's get started. Okay, we'll look at these two charts. First, zero conditional. Using the zero conditional, this is used to talk about what happens in general every time when a condition exists. So here's the structure. If a condition exists, like what we use is present simple, continuous, or perfect right here. The result is true. So this is the main clause. And in the result clause, we can also use present, the simple, continuous, or perfect. So, for example, if the food is out of date, I don't eat it. So, this is usually true. If I have drunk, I don't drive. Or if you are talking, I can't concentrate. So, we can use a model form here, can't. All right, let's talk about first conditional real quick. So we use the first conditional to talk about something that might happen in the future if a condition exists. So you have the if clause if the condition exists, and you can also use present, simple, continuous, or perfect here. The result will be true. So you can use here a future, any type, future tense, an imperative type like a command or a model form. So for example, if you study, you will pass the exam, future here. Or if he doesn't call, you should tell me immediately. So the model form should tell, right? Or you can say, tell me immediately. That's the imperative form. All right, we'll look at some more examples. Okay, zero conditional. So we use the zero conditional to talk about general truths or results that always happen if a condition is present. We're talking in general, not about one particular situation. So some examples here. If the milk smells bad, I don't drink it. Or if water reaches 212 degrees, it boils. So this is always true here. There's if I haven't slept well, I never drive. And this means it's always true. I never drive in this case. Or if people are talking all the time, I can't concentrate. So model form, negative. Okay, if we put the main clause at the beginning, we don't use a comma between the two clauses. So, for example, I never go to bed late if I have to get up early. So, no comma here. And then he raises his voice if he gets upset. So, no comma needed. All right. Okay, we can usually replace the if part in zero conditional with when without changing the meaning. So, for example, dogs can attack you when you are scared. So this is usually true. Or when the weather is bad, people don't go shopping. All right. Now let's talk about first conditional. The first conditional is used to talk about things that might happen in the future if a condition is present. We don't know if these things will happen or not, but they're a real possibility. So, for example, if you study hard enough, you might pass your exam. So it sounds like it's could it could be true. It just depends. If he doesn't call you, tell me immediately. So this is the imperative form, a command. Or if you've come to class early, you will earn extra points. Um, all right. And then if you help me, I will have finished by the end of the month. So that's a future form, perfect. And even though this one here, if you come to class at some present perfect, you can still use this um, in first conditional. Right. Note that we don't use will in the if clause. I'll help you if you will need me, or I'll help you if you need me. So we can't use will in this part. All right, let's talk about unless. This means if not. So we can also use unless in first conditional sentences to mean if not. So for example, I won't take a vacation unless I save some money. This means if I don't save some money, then I won't do this. Or unless you work out, you won't get fit. So that means if you don't work out, then you won't get fit. All right, in case. So we use in case to talk about the possibility of something happening. After in case, we also use the present to talk about the future. So we'll look here. All right. So, for example, I'll take my warm boots in case it snows. That means maybe it will snow, maybe it won't. Or in case I can't sleep, I'll listen to soft music. So this means sometimes I can't sleep. Okay, technically, the meaning of in case is different from if. Compare these examples. So I'll take my umbrella in case it rains. This means I'll take my umbrella if it rains, and I'll take it if it doesn't rain. So I'm being prepared here. And there's I'll take my umbrella if it rains. This means I'll take my umbrella if it rains, but I won't take it if it doesn't rain. So kind of sounds like it's possible here, not guaranteed. All right, let's talk about the difference. First, versus zero conditional. So we use the first conditional to talk about a particular situation, whereas we use the zero conditional to talk about what happens in general. Okay, so for example, if you don't use dressing, your salad tastes awful. So this is zero conditional. It means anytime in general. Um, so it happens every time. And then there's this one. If you don't use dressing, your salad will taste awful. So that's first conditional. We're talking about this particular occasion. Uh, I mean, could be, you know, it will or it might taste awful. So, all right, let's talk about future time clauses. So when we were talking about the future, we use the present, not will, after the expressions when, as soon as, until, once, before, after, or while. After these expressions, we can use any present form, like present simple, the continuous, or the perfect form of this, to talk about the future. So, for example, we have these two clauses. I'll go to bed, that's the main clause, as soon as I finish my homework. So that's a future time clause, means I haven't finished my homework yet, but I will. All right. So you can see an example here with future time clauses. For example, when I am 69, that uses present simple of be. I will retire. Future simple. As soon as you arrive, call me. Okay, present simple, and then the imperative form, and then until you have all finished, nobody can leave. Model form here. Um, this here using present perfect. And then before you come, you should text me. Okay, model of advice, should text. And then once you are living together, there might be disagreements. It's possible here. And present continuous is here. All right. As happens with conditional sentences, we use a comma when we begin the sentence with a time clause, but we don't use a comma if we put the time clause at the end of the sentence. So, before you come, you should text me, just like up here in this example. Or turning this around, you should text me before you come. No comma here in this case. All right. Okay, with present perfect. So we can often use the present perfect after the time word, after the time word. The meaning is similar to using the present simple, but with the present perfect, we emphasize that the action will be completed. So, for example, I'll go to bed as soon as I have finished my homework. Or you can say, as soon as I finish my homework. And there's, I won't leave for the trip until you have arrived, or until you arrive. It kind of means the same thing, but we are emphasizing that this action will be completed here. Or when we reach, or when we have reached the top of the mountain, we should rest. Okay, using model form of advice. And then once I start or have started the exam, I can't stop. So you see how this works. Um, either way, especially with present perfect, we're saying that this will be completed upon this condition. All right, well, we're going to move on to a few sample exercises and see what we know so far. Okay, so we'll choose a word from the box here. In case can be used twice to complete these sentences. Okay, so we have I will lock the door. I go to bed. Okay, this part's the conditional. So until, if, before, when, in case, unless, or after. All right, all those choices. So which one does it looks better? Okay, so all right, so when sounds like it would fit, right? I will lock the door when I go to bed. Okay, and number two, they're taking umbrellas. It rains. So which one sounds best? So present continuous, okay. Well, sounds like a chance of rain. So which one would we choose? So if you chose in case, that sounds like the best option. All right, number three. Sarah will work from home tomorrow. Her boss needs her in the office. So here are the choices again. Okay, what sounds best? All right, if not, so. All right, so if you chose unless, that would be correct. So that means if her boss needs her in in the office, she will come to work, but otherwise, she will just work from home tomorrow. Okay, number 4. I'll call you. I land in Zurich. Okay, so before, when, until, unless, if, in case, after. Okay, so what sounds best? Okay, so you could actually choose after, right? That's like saying when, but after when I've landed in Zurich. That sounds like a good choice. All right, let's look at the second exercise. Okay, this one is multiple choice. We have two correct options. All right, so we can leave when you dinner. Will finish, have finished, or finish. Okay, first conditional here. So we know we can use finish, present simple, right? What's the other one? Can also use option B, have finished. So yes, present perfect. Okay, number 2. When you cross that door, my homework. So will have finished, finish, or have finished my homework. So, all right. So sounds like it would be something that will be planned and completed. So if you chose option A, will have finished my homework, that would be correct. Okay, number 3, when you arrive, we are playing, or will be playing in the garden. Okay, so, all right. Sounds like we want the continuous for future. So if you chose option C, um, will be playing, that would be correct. So, because we know that this action will be happening, uh, still when you arrive. Okay, number 4. This will have two correct options. I'll send you the composition as soon as I will finish, or have finished it. Okay, so option B, if you chose that, finish, that would be one. What would be the other? Option C, have finished, right? Okay, one more here. If you feel tired tomorrow, you enough sleep. Okay, won't have had, haven't had, or aren't going to have enough sleep. Okay, so we know that one's not true. Okay, so if you chose option A, won't have had, right? That would be sounds like would be the best choice. So, all right, let's look at whoops, third or third test, third yeah. Okay, so we complete these with the correct forms for the verbs in brackets. So, and we won't want contracted forms here. All right, next year when I work here for 2 years, I'll ask for a raise, or should be a raise. Okay, so, okay, what do we want to use? All right, so we want the present perfect, right, to express the future. Okay, have worked, emphasizing it will be completed when I've worked here for 2 years. Then I'll ask for a raise. Okay, number two, as soon as I hear from him, I let you know. Okay, so future simple sounds like will let you know. Okay, number three, I've studied a lot for this exam. If I fail it, I study a lot for nothing. Okay, so what would happen here? Okay, so we want to use future perfect, right? Will have studied a lot for nothing. Wow. Okay. So, number four, this is the last. I'll be ready as soon as you be. Okay. So, just present simple are. Okay, well, excellent job in these exercises. I know sometimes with these time expressions, especially future time, it's sometimes you wonder what part, I mean, what tense to use in the main clause, right? So, but you did a great job in these exercises. It shows that you listen well. All right, well, I can help you learn to speak English with more confidence. I'm TESOL certified. I teach native U.S. English. I'm experienced in online tutoring, and I work with all learning levels and most age groups. So whether you need help with grammar, speaking, vocabulary, or writing, or any other area, you've come to the right place. Well, thank you for watching my video and happy learning.